So, welcome everyone to this YouTube channel. I'm really so excited about the launching of the Fulfillionaire's file. I will explain to you, Evelyn likes it. Fulfillionaire's file. I have a story to share with all of you. First of all, why is Vicky involved now with financial service, especially among my friends? Well, the first thing is when my husband, may his soul rest in peace, passed away 16 years back, he had no life insurance. And I have 5 children. It was really difficult for me. And therefore, I made it a mission once I reached the US that I was going to help empower and educate families regarding protection. Do not plan for tomorrow, plan for today. And, we could have planned yesterday, but yesterday was too late. So let's do that. And in my coming YouTube channel shows, we will be talking about communication and at the same time, financial protection. I also help women and professionals who cannot find their voice, especially those who are starting as business entrepreneurs. Maybe you don't feel that I don't know what message I could give to my would-be clients, Vicky. So can you help me? Well, I've been doing this since 2003 in the Middle East, and now that I'm in the US, I'm happy to announce that I am continuing these two missions of mine. And today, in the Fulfillionaires file, I'm diving into how confidence is more than a feeling. It's a currency that fuels opportunities and opens doors. And when you align that confidence with clarity and strategy, it naturally flows into cash flow without costing your peace of mind. My goal is to show you that true wealth is not just about money, but about living fulfilled, future proof, and soul aligned. I'm Vicky Ferrer, and let's design wealth and well being. My mission has always been twofold: to help professionals protect their future through smart financial strategies and to protect their power through confident presence and communication. I know firsthand that when your future is secure, of course, your voice grows stronger. And tonight, I'll be sharing takeaways that can make an immediate difference for all of you. First is one mindset shift that can spark real growth in both your career and your confidence. And second, a simple but powerful path to protect what you're building so you can lead with peace of mind and purpose. So, are you all with me? Let's do this. Now, I'd like to introduce a special guest. I met this lady in one of the networking events, and I was so impressed with her personality, with her charisma, and most of all, her knowledge and skills. So I said, "Hey, Evelyn, are you interested in coming for an interview?" And without any doubt, she said yes. Evelyn Garland is a dynamic business consultant dedicating to help small and mid-sized companies thrive. She delivers tailored strategies that tackle operational and leadership challenges, ensuring teams perform at their best. And what began with her children's book, The Reason I Held You Close, I'd like to read that, Evelyn. It has blossomed into a mission to empower businesses and individuals alike. With over a decade of blended experience, she combines technical expertise with people-focused solutions. How cool is that? And her approach centers on leadership development, emotional intelligence, and practical execution that drives sustainable long-term success. So, welcome, Evelyn. Would you like to say something to our viewers before we start the interview?
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you, Vicky, for having me on your show. Meeting you, the network has also been, I like your personality, what you do, and how you help people through your business.
Great, great, Evelyn. So let's go because I'm sure the audience is really interested and curious. What does Evelyn have to say? And Evelyn, what inspired you to begin working with bold thinkers and purpose driven doers?
I would say my family, surrounded around them, they are bold thinkers and movers. They're in business, they run businesses, and being around that environment has definitely taught me how to be resilient, how to move forward and how to be successful as a leader on my business journey. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity because what was instilled in me allows me to be able to use those skills to be able to empower others to on their journey for their business.
Oh, that's amazing. Kudos to the family of Evelyn because I'm sure you're all proud of how, Evelyn has accomplished many things at a young age. So let's go for it, Evelyn. You've supported solopreneurs, startups, and nonprofits. Can you share a story that really touched you?
Yeah. So I haven't done with nonprofits directly, but I have dealt with startups and the solopreneurs. There was a person that I met in a Chamber of Commerce that I met in my past, and she actually reached out to me about, because I'm an author as well. And
Oh.
so she reached out to me and was like, can you help me with my book? She tried her family, and they were like, wasn't working out. And I was told that she thought about me to be able to help her put her book out, her impact to the world. And so I actually helped her with an outline, how to structure that book, how to, I read the rough draft of it, and I was like, your audience is the audience you have for this, and the way you're going to help them, it's going to be powerful, So I also advised her, only you write the book, but how do you go about publishing it? Who do you reach out to? How do you want, the different steps that she can take to get it published? She's like, I think about that. Like, yeah, so you have to think about not only writing it, but you have to publish it, get it out there to the world and market it. Excuse me. And so I was really touched that she thought about me like years later. Like, we've been in touch, but I remember you're an author and you already did this already. So you know what to look for. And I was like,
Yeah.
how to go about it. I was like, yes. So I was glad that
Wow.
I reached out to her about that. On the other side is being a consultant. I had a client
Mm.
who, excuse me, I helped her with her business operations on the back end and her website. And by doing this, that helped her with her current clients and potential clients it was more smooth onboarding for them to be able to connect with her and, all the back end things, make her look good on the front end.
Oh, wow. Those are powerful stories. And imagine the combination of a business coach and an author. So, sometimes we are at a loss for words. We know the business technically and the skills, but we don't know how to express it. And so there you are, even helping your client write a book. You even did the outline. So I'm sure your client was very thankful, and I'm sure your clients are really lucky to have somebody like you, Evelyn. Now, the other question I'm curious about is what's one mindset shift do you use to flip a plateau into momentum?
I would say that my biggest growth
Oh,
would
yeah.
be, well, actually, one of them would be learning how to, excuse me, would be learning that when it comes to leadership, it's not just an idea, it's about the action you take when you are helping and leading and delegating to be able to assist others. Because not only having the knowledge, but how do you communicate that knowledge that's going to be impactful to others? And not only that the strategies come together, but that you actually execute it.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been really, impactful for me for this year. And just the turning point of knowing that can make a difference. You can either impact to build up, or you can make an impact to tear down. And it's all about your perspective and mindset of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the perspective and mindset. I believe in that. Um, Talking about confidence gap, Evelyn, where do you see the biggest confidence gap in leaders today? And how do you coach them through it?
I believe that one of the biggest gaps is how leaders communicate with their teams. That if you don't know how to like give feedback or receive it, and not just focus on, yes, you want your goals and your objectives to be laid out, but you also have to know how to let that trickle down in your leadership to your frontline people, because your frontline people are the ones who are actually handling your customers at times, who are actually, bringing in the business at times for you. And they're projecting the vision and goal what you have for your business. And if you don't know how to interact with them, like in a meeting, you don't want to be chastising one person in a
Mhm.
meeting. You want to speak abroad and then put a person to the side, have a side meeting, a side one-on-one with them to be able to like, okay, this is where you may fall short. It's what you can do to be better, and then work on that action plan to help them become better, because when you are in an environment when you are, you know, tearing down, or you're not structuring, you're not allowing your team to communicate what's
Mhm.
needed, you're hindering a process that can better, or be open to hearing what they have to say, because they're out there doing it. There is sometimes different levels, and how to remember that you may not have been in the field, or maybe you have been, but been out it for a while. It just be open to what your team have to say.
Wow, that's so powerful. Thank you, Evelyn, for sharing that. You know, your journey with bold thinkers and purpose-driven doers show how clarity and courage can transform both people and businesses. And of course, the stories you share remind us that presence isn't just about showing up. It's about leading with intention and conviction, as you had told us, as you had related to us. And when leaders bridge the confidence gap, they not only project their power, but also protect the vision and the future they're building, like you are doing, Evelyn. And your insights prove that presence and protection go hand in hand for lasting growth. By the way, Evelyn, would you like to just verbally say your contact details? And I will be posting it later on once we post the YouTube link.
Yes, I will definitely share that with you, Vicky, to be able to give to your audience.
Mm-hmm.
And also one additional thing that I would add, that is with your business, you also want to make sure that you are financially sound, because I know I had a client that when it comes to budgeting, you want to make sure that you don't go off track, and that you have that focus, that you know how to adjust, to make sure that you stay within budget. That's so important, that you know what you have available to you and how you're able to spread that around for the things you need to be that needs to get done. And Also, making sure you're covered with the financial insurance as
Yeah.
well, because that is definitely important as well. And I think that Vicky is definitely a good person to connect with
Thank
for
you.
your business and that financial sector to make sure that not only that you're doing the business and the backing up with the operations, uh, but you're actually looking at the financial side of the operation as well. They go hand in hand.
Perfect, perfect, Evelyn. Thank you. And definitely, we will be supporting each other's business because we are here to empower business owners and, of course, empower individuals, families in whatever we're doing. We're here to spread goodness to the community. Well, thank you so much, Evelyn, for this wonderful interview. And thank you to the audience for tuning in and spending your time with us today. I deeply appreciate this community. And if something we shared resonated, we'd love for you to reach out and continue the conversation. You can contact me directly to book your clarity and protection call or to explore how my coaching can help you project your power and your protect your future. So you can message me. I'm sure Evelyn is also in LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. I will be including my links in the post. Evelyn, your last words to the audience. What do you like to share? What was the highlight of your week, of the month? Maybe you can share it with us.
Yes, I would say that the persistent to seek out new projects and new adventure in business. That is also just being a guest on your show.
Mm-hmm.
And it has just been, great just communicating and connecting with you just once again. And what I realized that I can also add is my website,
Yes.
which is www.ebsbookjourney.com. That is a way of connecting, but I'm also, as I mentioned, I will get the information to Vicky, and
Mhm.
therefore she'll be able to share that. And it's just been a pleasure talking with you. I thank you for having me.
Thank you, Evelyn. But one last question. I'm curious about the children's book.
Yes.
I wanted to know what was the children's book that evolved into a business consultancy?
Yes. So I had for my children's book, I was a couple of years ago, and I was hearing the Lord say, like, write your book. And I was like, no, Lord, I don't have time to write a book. I'm busy. I don't have time to sit still and do this. And so I said, Lord, I'm going to give you what I have. I mentioned three things that I would give him. And one of them was my children's book, The Reason I Held You Close. It was a poem I wrote years ago.
Mm.
And I was like, well, I'm going to give you this poem and I'm going to turn it into a children's book. Originally, it was a poem about God's love for us, and I turned it into a natural love for a parent and a child, whether they're yours or not. But it could be an aunt, an uncle, a godparent, you can be a foster parent, and just in those lines. And the gist of the book is these are reasons I hold you close so you can be the best you. And you don't see that right
Yeah.
now, but you will appreciate it later on in life. And so I like the feedback that I've gotten on it, when I did it. I'm so grateful that I actually did it, being in classrooms and, different events I did and meeting new people, or as an author was just amazing. And,
Wow.
getting the kids' honest opinions, it was just
Mm.
amazing. And so it went from being a journey about me and my writing to it being about how can I empower and impact someone in their life on their journey for their business. And so
Right.
it was Eb's book journey, and it went from being about me on my journey to empowering others on their journey and their leadership.
Wow. Isn't she amazing, Evelyn? I mean, I hope that you could try to, get in touch with her, have a chat with her, and you will also have endless laughter with her because we laugh. You remember we've had several talks and we just laugh together. We enjoy each other's company and at the same time we enjoy each other's conversation. So Evelyn, thank you again for coming to the show. And let's spread love, let's spread empowerment, educating communities, because after all, we're here to make our community a better life, having a better life, quality life. So, with that, thank you again for watching, and until the next show. Bye bye. Thank you again, Evelyn.